Guys, what is going on? Welcome to another live stream. We haven't done this in a while, so I'm just kind of doing this as a warm-up, but same routine as always. Throw your questions in chat. I'm going to do one quick thing while everybody hops on, and then we'll just get this started. It's real simple. So throw your questions in, and that's all there is to it. I'll wait till I see something. Hi, Linda. What's going on? Hey, Paul. Hey, Jess. Hey, Iced Out, what's going on? Good to see you. You guys should be working right now. What are you doing? It's like 10 a.m. Eastern on a Thursday. I got an excuse. This is what I do for a living. But what's your excuse? Very not disciplined of you. Throw your questions in. Someone said, where can I find good JVs? I don't know. I haven't done JV or any affiliate marketing. I'm actually really bad at that. So let me make sure this email looks good. Done the work. I don't know what that means. Maybe you live in a different time zone than me, and so you're able to do the work way before me. Already got my work done. Started at 4 a.m. I got started at 4 a.m. today, and I'm only halfway done with the day. Maybe you should work a bit more, or maybe you get work done super fast. Who knows? Maybe you're way smarter than I am. MBHS says, do I worship Satan? No, I do not. Am I still on my off week? I am not on my off week as well. Okay, guys, I see everybody pouring in, and I got my little task done. Just like always, guys, the number one question I always see, which I'm not really going to answer, is what's the best way to get started? Because I've answered that close to 15 times live on stream, so I'm just not going to do it anymore. And what I like to do is I'm going to extend a special we did earlier this week for my birthday, which we didn't run the special on my birthday, so it makes no sense. But we're going to give you nearly $3,000 worth of training. We're going to give you a program that shows you how to build your first 1,000 to 5,000 month business, I grew my YouTube channel. We're going to give you a full Facebook and YouTube advertising course. Actually, it's all right here. If I just pull my screen down, where are we at? And I go right here. You'll get everything you need to build a business, how to pick a niche, how to go and build the funnels, all my sales tactics. This is called the Hero Sales Academy. You'll be able to get it for literally $1. You can try it out. If you don't like it, you don't have to keep it. You can cancel anytime with one click on the dashboard. And if you do keep it, usually it's $47 a month. The birthday special is you can keep it for $9 a month for life. So that's almost 80% off, and you get 4 of my most expensive courses plus almost a couple months of training for $1. So it's the best way to get started. It shows you everything you need to do to get started, and that's only during this stream. If you don't get it during the stream, that's it. That's a major problem if you don't get it. So that's all we're going to talk about. And if you want to get on that, guys, all you need to do is go to the link right below the video, which is going to be, if you look at a video, it's going to be right here, mhlinks.com/bday. I'll even screenshot that so you can put it right there. Other than that, guys, just hit me up. Ask me questions. I'm here to help you out. And that's all there is to it. Someone said, how expensive are SaaS businesses to manage? If you're worried about money, you should probably be building a cash flow business first, because a SaaS business is extremely expensive to start. It depends on what type of SaaS you're building. If you're building like a mini SaaS, it's going to cost you a minimum of $20,000 to $30,000 to get a good software going. But the thing about mini SaaSes I don't like is they always die, because you can't aim to cash flow a SaaS business right off the bat, because you have to keep investing in development. If you have a really good idea and you get a lot of customers, all that's going to happen is someone is going to see your idea and then copy that idea. And if they are investing in their SaaS, they're just going to beat you. You really have to get something that's a lot better than everybody else, and you have to keep going into it. Do I invest my money in anything other than my businesses? No, I don't, because I don't really understand any other businesses. I don't understand the stock market. I don't understand Forex. I don't understand real estate. I don't understand all of that, any of that, and I'm not trying to, because those things don't interest me, and I find it terribly boring learning about those things. I find my business is terribly interesting. So, no, I don't invest in anything else out there. Dark Raider Fusion says, why is net worth stupid? Well, here's why. My net worth, according to like Google and multiple websites, is $15 to $20 million. That being said, that's all hypothetical. I don't think anyone's going to cut me a check for my SaaS company right now for $20 million. I just don't, and I wouldn't sell it for $20 million. So it's all hypothetical money. It's all hypothetical money. So that's why I think net worth, I don't think it's stupid. However, there was a point when Mark Zuckerberg was worth billions of dollars and it had no money in his bank account and he couldn't even get a loan for $1 million. So it's very hypothetical. What you need to focus on is money in, money out. If you're focusing on the money part of it, I don't really focus on that. I do still make, I guess, a substantial amount of money. What I focus on is what I'm building and the long-term vision of that and how I can get there. I don't even really care about the valuation. I have enough money. I'm more so focused on building really great things that I find fun to write with my team. Do I get scorpions in my garage? No, I guess you probably have a lot of scorpions where you live. I know that's like a big problem in Austin. My grandparents used to live in Austin and they would have tons of problems with scorpions. Dave the Serious says, have you ever had to deal with ADHD and how do you deal with your dopamine levels in regards to business? I think ADHD is completely made up. I mean, no one was prescribed Ritalin or anything in the 1950s. And having a short attention span is the result of being around technology and having a short attention span reinforced. You got to think in like the 50s or whatever, before televisions, before phones and whatnot, you didn't have much to focus on. There wasn't much going on around you. So you just focused on one thing and that's how your brain operated. Right now, when you look at your phone, when you play a video game, when you do anything, when you just watch a television show, when you walk outside, there's a billion different things going on. And when you get a dopamine release, whenever you go and focus and switch attention, your brain develops in that way. And so you're going to have a low attention span. And so you have to consciously practice attention and focus. It's so stupid to me that people think you have to take something that's a party drug. Like, it's ridiculous. You have to go take Ritalin or Adderall. When the solution is just being disciplined. Focusing is hard. It's difficult to do. You have to consciously do it when you're working throughout the day, when you want to go check Facebook, or you want to go play a video game, or you want to go check your email, or you want to check your phone. You have to not do it. And the easiest way not to do that is just to not have your phone around, not have any video games around, just remove all the things that are distracting you. And then your brain's going to start to work in a more focused level. Most people can't focus because they're not good at it. It's like going to the gym and you've never lifted a weight before. Of course you're going to suck at it. You don't need to take, if you're having to take Adderall and whatnot to do it, your brain is just going to get weaker and weaker because it needs that drug to focus. And I can't think of a stupider way to not be able to focus. Now, I'll take some modafinil every now and then when I need to have like a really zoned in, energetic day, but I won't do that every single day. I'll do that once or twice. Probably in a 2-week span, I'll do it like once or twice, but I'm never ever going to do that every single day. That's just horrible. Someone said, although I think ADHD is real, I agree with you. I mean, it could be real, it could not be. I don't have the health education to say anything certain. What I know is that people's diets and what they put into their body destroys focus. If I eat like a normal person does, I can't focus at all. Okay? If I take in I remember back when, if I ate like I did when I was 22, 23, I can't focus at all. I'm worthless. If I go and have like a nice dinner out with Rachel, like I'll usually do it on Fridays because I don't work on Saturdays, the next day I'm not able to focus because my brain's all inflamed. It's not going to happen. I have brain fog. It's just an absolute mess. So I think if people fix their gut, stop putting garbage in their body, and then actually work on discipline, I think ADHD is just a silly thing to blame. David Newgas says, what are all your streams of income? I've really tried to lower it as much as possible. I mean, in the future, all I want to see is my SaaS company is the only stream. However, at this moment, I have an info business, and then I have my SaaS business. And I'd like to just get down to my... that is a bad way to lower the amount of numbers on your finger. I'd like to lower it down to one business in the future. Do you have gold digger chicks trying to get at you? I see why you would think that, because a lot of guys, including me, thought like, hey, once I get money and I get a Lamborghini, I'm going to have to deal with a lot of gold diggers. And it really depends on who you're hanging out with. You know, if you want to find girls that only care about money, there's plenty of girls, and they make it blatantly obvious. They're not being sneaky about it. If you are successful and have money and are willing to give people money in exchange for their attention, you will find gold diggers. I'm simply not willing to do that. And it's never interested me at all. And so I've never really had that. In fact, a lot of the times when I've gone on dates in the past and drove a supercar intentionally to show off that I was rich, but when I was much younger, it was more of a turnoff because it comes as try hard. And so the answer to that question is, yeah, of course you're going to find gold diggers, but also if you think you're going to attract a quality woman because you have money, the answer is no. And if you think you're going to attract really hot quality women, the answer is still no. In fact, there's always going to be some guy that's much, much richer than you. And if a girl's out for money, she's just going to go with the richer person. She's going to find the 50-year-old who's worth $300 million that is willing to pay for everything. There's plenty of people like that. So I'm not like that, so I don't really have to deal with gold diggers. I never really had that problem, and I never ran into it because I didn't entertain the idea. So that's like asking if you're going to catch a lot of fish if you're not actively fishing. And the answer is, again, no. So Internet Knowledge said girls love sports cars. That's the furthest thing from the truth I think I've ever heard. It's just not. Like, it's a massive turnoff for any girl that has any level of intelligence. And girls that are, I would say, attractive and are chased after by lots of men, there's plenty of men with supercars that are successful. And what they're looking for is more so a confident person who's secure, not a big baby who has to drive around in a car to feel good about himself and show off. It's a big turnoff for any woman of quality. Too many questions on dating. I'm not a dating guru, guys, so I wouldn't jump too much on that. Hit me up with some business questions. Someone said, how do you build confidence? You reinforce the confidence. The most simple way to do it, there's all sorts of things you can do self-help wise to build confidence. Of course, the biggest builder of confidence, though, is reference points. If you were to go out there and you weren't confident you could play basketball well, and you played basketball enough and you started scoring points, every time you score a point, you're going to reference that and say, hey, you know, I can go out there and be successful. And so the best way to build confidence is by going out there and doing it. So here's a story as an example. I don't play the game anymore, but on my off week, I played a lot of Super Smash Bros. And when I played it online, I wasn't very confident at first. I wouldn't go for a lot of killing moves and complicated moves because I wasn't confident I could pull them off. And occasionally what I'd do is when I played online, I'd practice doing things that made me uncomfortable. And as I practiced those things that made me uncomfortable, and they succeeded every now and then, I used that as a reference point, and then I'd do them more and more to the point that I had confidence in doing them. And that's the quickest way. Whatever you're doing that's making you uncomfortable and you're not confident to do, go and do it in an environment where if you fail at it, you're not going to get your life ruined, and then just do it over and over again. So if you don't have confidence when you're doing sales calls, the most simple solution is to do hundreds of sales calls. If you don't have confidence when you're playing Super Smash Bros, the most simple solution is to play hundreds and hundreds of matches of Super Smash Bros. That's the simplest way. Someone said, how do you make $1 million in a 15-year span? You sell... I mean... That's really easy. You just make $100,000 a year, which if you have, let's say you open a consulting business and you have 5 $2,000 a month clients. There you go. You're done. Someone said, how can I grow a SaaS business from one person? You shouldn't, Alan Ross. Look, a SaaS company is a giant, it's not a short-term play. And I answer this every stream. You shouldn't build a SaaS company as your first business. You shouldn't, because there's so many different things that go into it. There's cash flow. You need to have money up front. You need to be able to manage people. You need to know how to manage developers. You need to know how to manage support. And I'll just stop it right there. This is not a business you need to start as one person. And the way you really make money off of SaaS is you need to be prepared not to make money for a year or two. That's how you really build a great SaaS company, because SaaS, or any type of business model where it's not based 100% on your skill set, it's based on the idea and the development behind it. As soon as you get your SaaS company working, other people are going to see it and they're going to make the same thing. And the only way to really survive long term is, like, let's say the second you get the profitability, let's say this is the profit line, you keep raising the bar and you keep increasing your run rate. So if you get to 100,000 a month, you increase your run rate to 120,000, 130,000 a month. Or if you get to, like, say 300,000 a month, you instantly build your development team. You increase and you grow your platform to 300,000 a month, because the only way to survive in SaaS long term is to have a better product. Think of all the software that you use in your life, and you don't even know what the number 2, number 3, number 4 company is. And so that's why I think it's really stupid when people start SaaS companies with no entrepreneurial experience. I did it after I already had a successful business. I built the personal brand and then sent it into my SaaS company. However, starting it from scratch it's not smart. You should build a business to get cash flow coming in so you can at least fund the company. You don't want to be building a SaaS company with other people's money the first time you get in. Someone said, who are your top 3 heroes? I don't know. John D. Rockefeller is a really good life example. I mean, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that I look to and I think are really cool. I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't have that on the tip of my head. I don't have that quiz form filled out. YouTube V7 said, what's holding you back from doing better numbers in a week? It depends on that question, because if you're watching this right now, you probably assumed that what I'm going for is like cash in. I want to maximize the amount of money I make every single month. And that's a really bad way when you're operating at the level that I am. I'm not trying to make a lot of money right now. Okay, we only did like $600,000 last month, because my focus isn't on making money. I have plenty of money. My house is paid for. My car is paid for. I'm good. I'm good. My bills are covered. I don't need that right now. What I want to build is a SaaS company that has the best tracking on planet Earth. I want to build the best company with the best developers and have the best product that people prefer over any other tracking solution online. That's my goal. And it's very hard to build the best something if all you're focused on is getting money, because the second you, like, say, like, here's your quality. You could have a software that's this high of quality, or you could have a software that's this high of quality. And if you want to make maximum money, you're going to choose this software right here, because you have to invest the least amount. And you want to rush the software out. You want to make as much money as possible. You don't want to spend time. Whereas if you want to have a really high quality software, you have to wait. You have to wait a long time. And so what I'm doing right now is, for example, with our beta at Market Hero /Hyros, I'm working with some really huge clients right now. I'm not going to name them, but there's some really big names online. I'll leave it at that. And I'm not charging them right now. And all the betas and people I'm working with, I'm not charging anything for it, because I want to see the data coming in. I want to work with them and I want to get them results. And then the money that the company, I could go and sell these people stuff right now and make more money, but then that would be short term. And then the second I make money, it goes back to the SaaS company. So you ask, what's the better way I can improve my numbers? Short term, I could just destroy my SaaS company and focus on selling info products. I'd make tons of money. I would just build out the back end and focus only on selling info. But that doesn't make me happy. It's not fulfilling. And I don't want to do that for 40 years. I just don't. So that's the question. Now, if your goal is to simply make money, that's completely fine. But that's not me right now. So that's how I would make better numbers. But I'm not going to do that, because I'm trying to build something awesome. And you can't always make tons of money up front and build something awesome. It's just not the way something works. If you can make tons of money while building something awesome, everybody will have built something awesome. The thing that blocks people from building an awesome company, let's say this is something amazing that you built, is huge amounts of investments and time. This is why most people can't come in and compete with companies once they get their footing, is because, oh wait, you have to invest $1 million up front and then you have to spend 2 years developing something. That's the moat. And so if you're trying to make money up front, this business model you can't do it. It won't work. So I think that answers your question pretty well. Someone said, why are you building Market Halo to sell it? I don't know if I'm primarily building it to sell it. I mean, I enjoy working on it. I enjoy working with my team. So that's it. Lapland asked if the Lambo's real. No, dude, I CGI'd the Lambo in. Or I built a model set and built it behind me just to convince you that I'm rich and successful. You totally busted me. Gray Matter asks, how would you start from zero if you suddenly lose everything? And I hate these questions. I see where you're getting it, because you're probably at zero and you're like, all right, how would I do it from scratch? But the question is, I would do the same exact thing I'm doing right now. My ads are very profitable. I know how to get clients in from ads. And so if I was starting from scratch, it's not the same as you starting from scratch. I have a decade of experience. It's not hard for me to make $10,000 or $20,000 a month. That's making $20K a month for me is one ad set in AdWords. That's very easy. And so that's just what I would do, and then I would start a SaaS business or whatever business I want to get into. I'm very competent at building cash flow businesses. So that's it. And I assume you're asking, well, what if I had to start over from scratch if I had no experience? Same exact thing. I'd get a job. No one wants to hear that. People are like, how do you start from scratch with no money? You get money. You don't try and start a fire with 2 wet sticks. Then once you have money coming in, when you get home, you're going to have 3 to 4 hours of free time. You better be spending that time working. If you're working a job where you're not talking to people all day, you better have an audiobook in your ear talking about your business model. If you do have a job where you're talking to people all day, get a job where you don't. Get a job where you're doing something in construction, or you're doing something in a warehouse, or get a job where you're working on a computer, where you're able to work on your business from work. There's so many things you can do, but you're just going to have to put in tons of time and master your trade. That's the #1 way to make money, is be good at something. If you are good at ads and you're good at making info products, you can make a ton of money. The problem is most people don't put in the time to be good at anything. They suck at everything and they want to make money while being shitty at things. And that's not how it works. You have to be good and you have to master your trade. So I would do the same exact thing that I'm doing now. And that's it. Nico says, what do you think about copywriting in 2019? If you've looked at the last 100 years of copywriting, Nico, it really hasn't changed that much. If you look at some of the webinars that are running right now and you go look at the Tony Robbins infomercials from the 80s or 90s, it's very similar. So it's the same thing. Alwyn says, HCOM is trying to charge me a monthly $9 fee, but I can't even log into HCOM. One, Alwyn, HCOM isn't $9 a month. So, no. 2, you have a 90-day refund guarantee on that $9 thing. So just go to my support and give them your email address or the credit card or anything that you use to purchase. I'm on a live stream right now, Alwyn. I can't log in and check your $9 fee. I'm not the guy to talk to. Just go to my support, markethero.io or alexbecker.org or hcom.org, any site that I own. Open the chat bubble. Just open the chat bubble. Say, hey, this is the email I signed up with. They'll refund you instantly. We're not going to fight you over your $9 or try and extort you $9, dude. Trust me, it's okay. You can have your $9 back. Tasty Tryhard says, do you think the law of attraction is as powerful as people let it on to be, or is it just a placebo? To be honest, everything I've ever achieved in my life, I've seen in my head way before I achieved it. I've been looking at the car that I own now, the house that I live in right now. I looked at those for years before I did that. Now, the power or the law of attraction has to do a lot with quantum physics and a lot of positive thought. And those theories can't be proven. They can't be proven. What can be proven is when you have very defined goals and you map out exactly how you're going to get to those goals, people tend to get there. What a lot of people do in their life is they're like, I want to be successful. And they just make this big blanket statement. I want to be successful. Well, how are you going to do that? I'm going to start a SaaS company. Okay, how are you going to start that SaaS company? How are you going to get that SaaS company successful? I don't fucking know. If you ask me how I'm going to get my SaaS company to a specific point, I have it mapped back. I have the next 5 years mapped out. I'm thinking of it step by step. And you're thinking, well, how do you think that far ahead? You just sit down and you think about it. You map out exactly how much money you want to make. If you want to buy certain objects in your life, you want to do certain things, you need to calculate how much money you're going to need. So if I need, let's say, $300 million. Okay, great. So how do I get $300 million? I have to sell a SaaS company or build a SaaS company that's able to generate $300 million. How do I do that? Well, I need to have this many type of customers on this type of payment plan every single month coming in to get that valuation. All right, how are you going to do that? Well, I'm going to need to have a product that allows me to charge that and keeps people with this amount of churn. All right, how am I going to do that? I'm going to build this type of solution that solves this problem in a way that people can't leave the software. It provides the solution they're looking for. Okay, how are you going to build that? I'm going to hire these people and get these people that know how to build tracking solutions on board. And you just keep going backwards and you need to map it all out. And so what the law of attraction is that I think is wrong is a lot of people just think about the end goal. They think about, let's say they want to move into a penthouse or get a Lamborghini. They just sit around thinking about those things. I don't think that's going to help you. Now, I do believe a lot in how quantum physics works and how how our brains are essentially plug into reality. I do believe a lot of that. However, you should stack the deck in your favor. Don't just go there and think about a Lamborghini all day. Think about how you're going to get there, what it's going to be like, all the things you're going to do, what your team is going to look like, how many customers you're going to need, what your sales team is going to look like, what their scripts are going to be like. All that stuff. And so you need to stack the deck in your favor. You can do a lot of wishful thinking and think about it all day, which I think is very powerful, but you also have to map out how to get there. And so you got to combine both of those worlds together, and that's how you're going to get results with the law of attraction. Nico said, I'm a huge procrastinator, and every time I procrastinate, I can't even sleep. How can I beat procrastination? Nico, I covered this in the last video. And it's very simple. First off, you don't really give a shit about what you're doing. You just don't. I don't procrastinate purely because I love what I'm doing. Like, I want to do it. Do you procrastinate when you're about to pick up a video game and play it? No, because you probably love playing that video game. Like, that's ridiculous. Do you procrastinate when you're thinking about going out drinking or doing any of the things that you love to do? No, you don't. You procrastinate about things you don't want to do. So first off, you need to find something that you want to do. Period. And you need to find a way to fall in love with something that's going to allow you to be successful. If you don't want to do something, you're going to procrastinate. Now, the next thing, the reason why you're procrastinating is you might be afraid. You might be afraid of failure or suffering. I covered this in the last video. Guess what, dude? If you're procrastinating right now, I'm gonna guesstimate. If you ask me that question, this doesn't mean your life can't be great or you can't do anything great. It probably means right now your life isn't great though. Your life, you probably aren't doing anything you want to do. You probably don't have any purpose in your life. And you probably are making a low amount of money, or much lower amount of money than you want to make right now. That's all fine. There was a point in my life when I was in that point. Everybody starts there. That's completely cool. But you have to think right now, your life pretty much sucks. You're suffering right now. But if you stay on the path you're on right now, your life is just guaranteed to suck. And then you're going to be a 45-year-old, 50-year-old who's broke and life super sucks. So you're going to suffer in your life either way. Your life is going to suck. You're going to go through pain. And the difference is, if you go through the pain of starting a business or becoming very good at something, you don't have to start a business. Say you want to work at the best video game company in the world and you want to build video games with your life. That's what gets you going. There's nothing wrong with getting a job that you absolutely love. And the way you get paid a lot at a job you absolutely love and make tons of money. There's so many people that are billionaires. Not maybe, there's only a few. There's so many people that are multimillionaires that weren't CEOs of companies. They were developers. They were people that mastered a skill and got a percentage of a company from it. So if you suffer to pursue mastery, if you suffer to pursue what you love to get the result that you want, you're going to suffer just like if you're suffering right now. The difference is when you get to the end of that path, you're going to have something great, and you're going to look back and you'll say, oh, that suffering was awesome. And even if you don't hit that path, you're suffering with a purpose in your life. You can say and define your life. For example, if you look back at some warriors or the warrior archetype in stories, if they go to war for 20 years and they lose the war, they're not unhappy that they still fought. They don't go back and say, I wish I had surrendered 20 years ago. They're living a life with purpose. So whether you win or lose, you have purpose in your life. And that's the most fulfilling thing you can do. And so if you stay where you're at right now and procrastinate, you're going to suffer and you're not going to have any purpose. Your life is going to be meaningless, and it's overall going to be a big letdown when you die. Whereas if you do go into this, you're going to suffer. You will get the things that you want if you suffer for them and work hard enough at them. And most importantly, you will find meaning in the work, so you'll have a reason to do it. So that's why. That's how you get past both of those things. So find something you actually give a shit about. Because I don't procrastinate about things I give a shit about. Like, I got up at 4 a.m. and I came straight to my computer. Because I like this. This is what I want to do. It's easy for me to do this. You can't do stuff that's hard for you to do or you dread doing. You just can't. I once was working on one of my online businesses with this one guy, and he needed me to do these things I just dreaded doing, and it was the worst 2 days of my life. It was like 2 years and 2 days. And after that, I said, I'm never doing that again. And I didn't do it again. And there's plenty of times, like when I was running a business where I'd have to work with clients, I would procrastinate the shit out of talking to clients because I hate talking to clients. I hate it. And so I wouldn't do it. Era says, where do you start if you're a beginner? So if you're a beginner, this is what you want. You want something that's low risk, that you can learn. You want something that's cheap. You want something that's proven. And you want something that a lot of people say is good. So here's the deal. On all these streams, I'm extending a birthday deal that I ran like earlier this week. I'm giving you 4 of my most expensive courses plus an entire program that shows you exactly where to start for $1. This program, HSA, updates every single month, and it shows you exactly what type of business you should start, exactly what type of products you should sell, what niches you should pick. It shows you how to go from $0 to $1,000 a month, then $0 to $5,000 a month. There's literally a $500 a month challenge in here. It shows you how to do that. It shows you how to do it with all free traffic so you don't have to spend any money on anything. It shows you how to do the email marketing, all the sales skills, my exact sales scripts. It gives you everything you need. It's the total package. That's one other thing you should look for. It should be complete. It should be complete. And when you hop into this as well, we're also going to give you the VMA program, which is another really expensive course that shows you how I grew my YouTube channel, 350,000 plus subscribers, how to make videos go viral, how to get a lot of views on your stuff, and more importantly, how to turn those views into sales and ad revenue. And that's going to show you, I think that's the easiest way to get to 10,000 a month online. We're also going to give you a YouTube traffic course, a Facebook ads traffic course, and we're also going to give you one of my sales courses that shows you the right long form scripts that will allow you to get clients. So what you're getting right here is all these things. This is super low risk because it's only $1 to try. And usually HSA, what I just offered you, is $47 a month. With this B-Day special, it's only during this live stream, it's $9 a month. So that's nearly 80% off. So this is super low risk. It's super cheap. And if you don't want to keep it, just cancel. You don't have to pay the $9. And every $9 charge is a 90-day refund guarantee. If you don't want it, if you're not happy and you want your $9 back for your Netflix account, we'll give it to you. Is it proven? There's tons of results. And real quick, if you've ever gotten my stuff, if you ever picked up any of my programs, can you just give me an exclamation mark in chat if you think you're absolutely awesome and you would suggest that someone try them for something as low as $1? You suggest that they do that because you think they're pretty damn cool and they work. Yeah. Cool. Dimitri says tons of value. And then finally, thanks, Ross. I appreciate it. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Consistently Massage. So look, what you're getting right now, if you're looking for the best place to begin, I'm giving you the most low barrier offer right now, and I don't want to sit in this stream and spend the next 2 hours breaking down these business models because this is 15 plus hours of content right here. I don't have time to do it on the stream, and I can't give you a good answer. However, what you're looking at right here is low risk. It's cheap to try and learn. I give you 100% free track. It's proven. You have tons of people in chat right now saying, get it. It's good. You should check it out. Tons of people. And it's proven, and it's absolutely complete. We teach you sales, we teach you traffic, we give you all the tools to do it with even. We give you all the sales tactics. I think I already said that. We give you ad tactics, we give you free traffic tactics. It's everything you need. It's all in one place, and you can try it right now for $1 only in the stream. And then if you keep it, it's $9 a month instead of $47 a month. That's cheaper than Netflix. That's cheaper than a book on Amazon. You get to go inside and watch me actually build businesses, build ads, sell, everything I've done. Everything inside these courses is what I used to build my first $4 million a year business. It's all there. It's all there. It's the lowest barrier to entry ever, and I know you guys watching on YouTube are beginners, and so that's why I'm offering this to you right now. If you wait till after the stream, it's done. And I'm not going to pressure you to buy it anymore, because if you won't swing in a $1 offer, well, there's hundreds of people saying buy it, it's awesome, it's this cheap and it's this low risk and this complete, then you're not going to swing in anything. That's no problem. You just don't want to probably be an entrepreneur. So check it out. It's really awesome. And if you want to pick that up, it's going to be the link right below this video. You can see it right here. Or you can go to mhlinks.com/bday. It's displaying on my screen right now in the lower right-hand corner. I'll also go, yeah, it's just right below this video. So you should go check that out before the stream ends, because if you don't, you're going to miss it, and that's going to be a huge, huge bummer. Lead says, how much do you need to implement the course? You don't need anything. You can even, well, even providing the tools for you for free. We're even providing the tools for you for free. Gray Matter says, do you think the AI singularity is near? No, I think it's 20 to 30 years off or more. Sergey says, who's your ideal customer on Market Hero? Right now at Market Hero / Hyros is that's what the name is being changed to. Our ideal customer is someone that spends about $50,000 a month on advertising. So Market Hero does allow you to do beginner email marketing and whatnot, but we've shifted the business to only working with really high tier clients. So I'm not really pitching you Market Hero or True Tracking right now. Ross said, any advice for pricing an online class? Sell it cheaply at first to make sure people actually want to buy it, and then keep increasing the price from there. Jim Naz said, I hate talking to people. Then go through the link below. It shows you to build an email marketing business and sales business. Alex Becker said, would you go on Shark Tank? Only after the software's at the point I want it to be, and only to get someone with a big name onto the company to help it explode. If you put our offer proposition from Hyros on in front of entrepreneurs, it absolutely kills it. It absolutely kills it. And it'd be really cool. I would just give away like 5% of the company just to get a famous entrepreneur on board, because that would result in so many more sales. So I guess I shouldn't switch from ConvertKit to Market Hero. Depends, man. We have better delivery, and I think we have a lot better functionality in our email. Beginners can still use our email. Don't get me wrong. You can still use our email systems. They are built for beginners. But what we're building at Market Hero right now is targeted for people that spend $50,000 a month on ads or more. So you can still use it. We're just targeting people that spend $50,000 a month or more. We don't target beginners really at Market Hero, or we're really not doing that anymore, because we rather have $1,500 a month customers than $10,049 a month customers. It just works better for everyone. Stack and Profit says, you used to have so many businesses. What was your turning point when you realized you need to quadruple down on MH? Just when I realized having multiple businesses is really stupid. If you only have 100 points of energy every single day, I mean, just think about the metrics behind that. So first and foremost, you only have really about 4 hours of maximum creativity and willpower every single day. This is why it's really hard to do creative work for long periods of time. The chemicals in your brain just drain. Some people, they can do it for 6. Some people are 2 hours. I would say I'm actually close to like 3 hours. Anyways, if you have 100 points of, let's imagine right now you work 40 hours a week on one business, and then there's a guy that works 72 hours a week, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Yeah, on 3 businesses. So you just put 40 hours into your business. This guy just split 72, which is 24 hours a week. I believe that's the right, if I messed it up. 24 hours a week into his businesses. And here's the thing about business, guys. Only the number 1 and number 2 business get 90% of the business. Think about it. Tony Robbins makes like $400 million a year or something in his business. I don't know their exact numbers. Whereas most life coaches make well under $40,000, $50,000 a year. the number 1, number 2 get all the money. And then number 8, if your business is number 8, number 10, it's not going to work. So you have to have the best business. And if you're competing against this guy, say one of your businesses, you're putting in 24 hours a week, and the person you're competing against is just as smart as you, just as talented, well, he's putting in 40 hours a week. So his business is going to take off. And how business returns work is it's not like quality versus quantity. It's not this. It's not amount of businesses, number of businesses, money made. That's not how it works. Okay? Or one second, let's reverse that. It's not money made times number of businesses. This is not how it works. How money works is like this. The amount of money you make is reflected by the amount of time you put in the business, but it's going to be very low at first. And how the curve is going to look, it's going to look like this. And so you really don't start, this is great handwriting, you really aren't going to start making the big bucks until you go all in one business. And I'm talking about, like, if you want to get to $100 million net worth, you can't do that with 3 businesses. That's just goofy. That's not going to happen. So where I was at, like right here, like I can get to like $4 million a year while working on 3 businesses. But if I want to get to like 10 mil a year consistently, I have to go all in on one. It's just not gonna work otherwise. It's just gonna be a total mess. And so this right here, it results in a bunch of short-term, very hard to maintain businesses. You have to make that rock solid number 1 business that offers people a solution they can't find anywhere else. If you don't have that, it's so hard to make and grow at one point, because you have to have the best business. You have to be the best at something to really get into the big dollars. And so that's why you need to go all in one business. So you find the one that you absolutely love, that you think has a lot of potential, and you just go in on that. Makiki says, Alex, do you know 2 cold brews is a lot of caffeine? Yeah, it's about 500 milligrams. I usually have about 1.5 each day. I use Chameleon cold brews because it's the only one that sits well in my stomach. Natsu Senpai says, would you advise changing the price on something that's already selling well? I would experiment with the price. You should always be testing and trying to break your shit. Andrew says, do you recommend $1 trial over a $9.95 price coaching group? No one's going to coach you for $9 that knows anything what they're doing. If you offered me $9 to talk to you, I just wouldn't accept that offer. That's ridiculous, dude. No one who knows what they're doing is going to teach you anything worth value for $9 in coaching. Now, the stuff in my course, I can sell to thousands of people without a second of my time. So I would definitely recommend my trial because, yeah, I think that's what you're asking. Liberty Heart said 500 milligrams is above safe levels. 400 is the highest. There's really no research that says this is dangerous. Especially, yeah, if you take 500 milligrams and you don't drink coffee, that's going to be very dangerous. If you take caffeine every single day, you're not going to have the same huge boost. So the research actually shows that if you drink coffee every single morning, it's going to affect you very differently and not cause the massive increases in cortisol that would come if you didn't drink coffee. So stop getting your facts from wherever the hell you're getting them from. There's a lot of different research out there that you can look at. Someone said, would you hire a sales rep or an account manager or a marketing manager? What you got to do is if you're selling anything or you're getting sales reps, you have to prove the process works first. If you want to sell something over the phone and you want to hire sales reps to sell it, you need to get at least 20 sales over the phone. Like, you need to be able to have a good 30-40% conversion rate before you're going to give it to someone else who knows nothing about your product. Because you know your product better than anybody else. You know to sell your product better than anybody else. And so if you go out there and you're like, I don't want to talk on the phone, so I'm just going to have a sales rep do it. So you're going to pass a system that doesn't work and has never proven to work to someone who doesn't care about your business and expect them to make it work. It doesn't make any logical sense. So don't do that. You need to sell at least 20 things over the phone first before you ever think of giving it to someone else to do. I've hired sales rep before with no business model and they didn't do anything for me. It's not going to work because they don't have a business model. You have to have a model for them to follow. Eugene says, what's your one word that drives you? Man, I don't I don't do that. I don't have a haiku like that ready. I don't write one word on the wall. So I can't answer that. The GMTE says how to actually have confidence to provide results to clients. You know why I'm confident in true tracking in my business? Because I put a lot of time and effort into it. It fucking works. I have the best developers. I have the best understanding of tracking of any of the CEOs in my field. I have the best. Like, no one has more blood, sweat, and tears in it. That's why I'm confident I can provide results. I use my own product. I'm day one customer of my product. That's why. The reason I know I can get results for people when it comes to ads or showing them how my webinars work is because I'm damn fucking good at it. So if you want to have confidence, get good at it. Like, get good. There's no other question out there. If you want to have confidence when you're playing in a pro video game tournament, get good. Be really good. Know you've put more time and effort in than anybody else out there. That's going to be your confidence. Be the best. Be the best. If you're not the best, start working to be the best. Because the easiest way to make money in any niche is to be the best, because then you're going to offer results that nobody else can offer, and then you're going to win. Someone said, am I going to play the new Elder Scrolls? Yeah, I'll probably take a week off to play that, but that's like years out. Bull said about your video suffering, what if I'm afraid of not suffering for myself but putting my girlfriend through a tough time financially? It's not your job to take care of your girlfriend. That's it. Like, your girlfriend is there to be your partner in life. She's not your responsibility. She's not your child. Your girlfriend can go get a job. You don't owe your girlfriend any money financially. It's not your job. Your job is to be her companion and be her source of love and friendship. Your job is not to fucking pay for her rent. So if you're worried about putting your girlfriend through a tough time financially, you need to figure out why your girlfriend is not a financially stable person. I could understand if you guys were married and you would split up tasks. So for example, you got married, you said, all right, you're going to raise the kids, you're going to manage the household, I'm going to go make the money. That's how it's set up. But you guys aren't married. You're not married. You're still on the trial period. You're not financially obligated to your girlfriend. And your girlfriend needs to go and figure out her own financials, especially if she's under 30 and she's not a mother right now. Maybe she is a mother and she's a mother of your kids. Maybe that's a different story. There's nothing stopping her from getting a job and figuring out her life financially. It is not your job to fill the void for her lack of working on herself. If she hasn't worked on herself for the amount of time in her life to the point where she's not able to provide money for herself, that's her own problem and it's not yours. And maybe you should consider dating someone where it's not your problem, because it's not your problem, dude. Your life is your life, and you should not have to go through your life dragging someone else through it. So that's the answer. I see so many boyfriends get in this type of situation and feel responsible for their girlfriend. It's not your job. It's their job. It's their job. It's 2020, all right? This is not 1950s where women don't have access to education and jobs. It's not your job. They're fully capable. You need to tell your girlfriend to get a job. DeMarco says, do you plan your gaming weeks as vacations? Yeah, I was actually going to go to the Cayman Islands during my vacation week, but it was raining the entire week, so I was just like, all right, screw it. So that's it. Rado Kebab says, how do you overcome the fear of spending personal money on a business if you won't have anything left? Dude, what's wrong with being broke? It sucks, but I mean, like, I doubt you're not going to be able to eat and just get cheaper rent. There's nothing wrong with being broke. There's nothing wrong with being poor. So if you're worried about not having any money left, budget it, strategize, go out there and write a budget. Say, all right, cool. I have a shitty job. I make $2,000 a month. So I need to put away 12% for taxes. And what I'm going to be able to afford is probably $300 to $500 a month rent. It's going to be a really crappy place, but I can find that easily in a college town with roommates. Easy. That's how much I paid $550 a month rent at my peak when I was living in College Station, Texas, out of the Air Force. And at the lowest, I was paying $300 a month. Easy. Okay, so that gives you $1,500 a month left over. So you're probably going to have $100 in bills with that cheap living, and you're probably going to have $400 in food. So that's going to give you $1,000 left over, give or take. So throw that money into the business. You need to set up a budget. The reason why you have this fear is you haven't defined You haven't defined what the problem is and how you can get out of it. You're just like, I'm not gonna have any money. Okay, fine. Take all the money you're gonna make, budget it out, lay out a strategy, come up with a strategy and a plan to counter this. If you're not gonna counter or strategize how to get around your obstacles are just gonna fuck you up. It'd be like if a car's coming at you. You're gonna think, how do I avoid this car? I can do this, I can do this, I can do that. You're not thinking, how can I avoid this problem? You're just thinking, I have this problem. And I have this problem. And that's not gonna help you solve the problem. Do you consider YouTube as a business or a hobby? My YouTube is mostly a hobby. Having a strong personal brand does help me land clients at Market Hero. It helps me reach out. So I can reach out to basically any influencer or any business person or any person with a pretty large business, and they usually know who I am, and I can usually talk to them about my product. Now, that being said, it's very hard to get people to try your product if it doesn't solve their problem. If you have a product that solves people's problem and you have a little bit of a personal brand, it allows you to get the foot in the door. But having a product that solves people's problems is 90% of the battle. I also enjoy doing my YouTube, and it does make me a solid, I would say like $30,000 a month from like these live streams and stuff like that. So it's also this nice extra money while having a hobby, but it's always going to come last. I never sit down and like, all right, how am I going to focus on YouTube? You know, I'm always going to, it's always the last thing on the list. Like if I don't have anything better to do, I'm going to focus on YouTube and kind of growing my personal brand. Metal says, how was Breath of the Wild? That game's incredible. It's an amazing game. ZP says, how would I expand and scale my 120,000 a year education company if I were you? Two things. Easiest way to scale an info business. First off, if you're not running ads, you got to get ads. And you got to get to the point where you can run ads and at least break even. You have to. Break even on your ads. Once you do that, build out a giant back end to your business. Have 3 or 4 other products that you're going to sell. And so you break even on your ads and you make all your money in your back end. So let's imagine it costs you $5 to get a person to a sales page, and on average you make $5 back. Great, you just broke even. Now you have $100 worth of other products. If you get this person to buy $100 worth of products, you just profited $100. Then you get this equation and you scale this shit to the moon. This is all big businesses do. AFO says, is it easy to start up a channel and make around $1,000 a month? It is easy if you work really hard. If you don't work really hard and commit to it and you're looking for something easy, no, it's very difficult. Jamie says, talk about focus. There's so many videos on my channel, Jamie, talking about focus and discipline that I'm not going to talk about it here. There is a good 2 hours of content 3 clicks away from this video. So if you want to know the answers to those questions, I give them in infinite detail in those videos. Quab Ecom says, hey Alex, what's your stance on SMMAs in 2019? Awab, I'm not like a presidential candidate. I don't have a stance on things. I don't have a stance on things that don't affect me. I don't really have a stance. I know building a consulting business, it's awesome. Social media consulting, people want it for their businesses. That's about the extent that I do. Najim says, can we meet you and say hello? We might have a Hyros Con later this year. It depends how things go. But I'm not doing any events or in-person meetups for a long time. It's just very time-consuming. Blago says, how does it feel to make your first million? It's very nice to have a lot of excess money, because when I had my first $1 million year, even when I had my first $2 million year, I was living in an apartment that cost me, I think, $1,800 to $2,000 a month. I'm not sure what the price was. So, and then I had I had a Maserati Gran Turismo at the time, so that cost me like $800 a month or something like that. And so I just had a lot of excess money. And so it's pretty dang cool, because it's like if you had been struggling to breathe your entire life, and then suddenly money's not really a problem. Like, I don't really think about money. As long as I don't act like an idiot with money, I don't really have to think about money. So, for example, my lifestyle right now probably costs me $12,000 to $15,000 a month. On my lowest month, I'll take home, I don't know, $200,000 a month or something like that. On a good month, I'll take down a lot more. So I don't have any thoughts about money. And so that's the cool thing. That's the coolest thing about it. You're not really focused on it. And once you get to that point, you need to start thinking about bigger things. My problem is I kept focusing on making money, and it's just goofy to do that. Is university worth it for someone who loves business? No, it's not. The reason why universities, I mean, people can go on their college rants and it's too expensive and conspiracy theories. Here's the point blank. Universities in the 1950s worked because you didn't have the internet. There had to be collections of knowledge. There had to be archives of knowledge. There had to be universities to take all the knowledge out there, all the human knowledge, and put it in one place. And then they had to teach it. The problem is all of human knowledge is all over the internet right now. It's everywhere. It's not even in the colleges. You can find so much more stuff just free on the internet. And that's not saying that, like, oh, you should focus on being cheap and free. The thing is that human knowledge is not stored. It's not locked into one place. It's not consolidated anymore. It's all over the place. And so universities need to exist in the past because there was no way, there was no telephone, there was no Skype. You couldn't learn from people. You couldn't buy a course online. You had to go and get these books, and you had to go and learn from people about these things. You had to. There was no other way to get information. Right now, human knowledge it's vast and it's abundant and it's there. And the most cutting edge knowledge is on the internet. You want to learn how to code? You want to see the most cutting edge stuff going on? It's on the internet. Now, if you want to be an engineer, you're going to have to go to MIT. You know, if you want to become a really good developer, you're probably going to need to go and get a computer science degree and really know your stuff. If your goal is to make just money and build businesses, it's probably not so great. And a lot of those things I brought up, there's plenty of developers out there that didn't go to college. So that's why I don't think university is really worth it, because it's based on a way of life that is completely changed. So that's the bare minimum. Better Marathon said, if someone has $0 starting at square one, what's the best way to start? Here's the best way to start, Marathon. You're not going to like my answer. You need to go look back at your life and figure out why the fuck you have $0. Dude, since the age of 18, I was in the military. My parents gave me $0. The most money my dad ever gave me, 18 to 22 years old. My dad's not a broke guy. I came from a pretty good middle-class family. Most money he ever gave me was $500 one time when I really needed it, when I was in the Air Force. That was it. That's my inheritance. Since 18 years old, I have never been broke. I have never had $0. I've never, ever fucking had $0. I didn't have internet marketing skills. I wasn't a salesperson. I played an excessive amount of World of Warcraft. I drank constantly. I have never had $0, even with all the bad life habits, with no skill set whatsoever. So you need to look back and say, why the fuck do you have $0? Why have you been so fucking irresponsible? Because if you try to start a business, which is the definition of being self-disciplined and responsible, and you think you're going to bring that bullshit that has led you to the point in your life where you have $0 into your business and win, get the fuck out. I'm being very harsh on you right now, because if you have $0, you need to figure out why you're so undisciplined and why you won't put effort into anything in your life. I have never, ever been broke in my entire life since I was 18 years old. So figure your life the fuck out. Then, once you figure your life the fuck out, get a job that makes you $2,000, $1,500 a month. Now you have money, and you don't have to ask such an obvious question that comes from your complete lack of putting effort and making intelligent decisions in your life. Get your shit together before you even think about coming into this arena, because you're not going to win. You are not going to win. A business is not the way to get out of a life of zero responsibility and no discipline and just absolute bullshit habits. It is not. You better be able to have self-discipline and count on yourself. And right now, you can't even count on yourself to go get the damn groceries. So figure your life out. The question is so silly to me. Thoughts on Mr. Beast? He's a genius. The smartest YouTuber to ever exist. Eric Chase says, what do you feel is coming in the shift in internet marketing in the next 5 years? It depends. I mean, I'm not a futurist. I don't sit around. I'm focused on tracking. That's what I do all day long. That's what I do all day long. So I don't know where it's going to go, but I think AI is going to automate a lot of things and leave a lot of huge opportunities open for entrepreneurs. So that being said, guys, I'm probably going to hop off right now because I got some meetings to go to. That being said, guys, you guys have asked multiple times on the stream, what's the best place to get started? I said it before. You want to find something that is low risk, cheap to try and learn, proven, good, has a lot of testimonials, and is complete. What we're offering today, if you go to mhlinks.com/bday, it's a B-Day special that I ran earlier this week. We're extending it for this stream only. You can access this by going right below the stream, clicking this link right here. We'll take you to this page. You enter in your credit card information. I am not sure where I put it. There you go. And it's $1 to try, the $9 a month. It's usually $47 per month. You're getting 80% off for life if you want to keep it. If you don't want to keep it, cancel. You can even have your $1 back. Every charge is a 90-day refund guarantee. Now, what you're going to get is the full HSA program, which is updated monthly, and it shows you step-by-step how to build your first 0 to 5,000 a month business using completely free traffic tactics. It shows you all the sales methods, what type of products to build, what type of sales scripts to use. It actually gives you all the sales scripts I use to build a multi-million-dollar business. It shows you how to do the follow-ups. We even give you all the tools. We show you then, if you want, all the funnels to build, all the ads you can run with Facebook ads. We show you to run YouTube ads. We give you everything. It's complete. You even get all the tools. We're also going to give you the VMA program, which shows you how to build a YouTube channel, how to make your videos go viral, and how to turn them into sales and ad revenue. Again, you can do this again with zero investment after you come inside this. The only investment you need to make right now is $1 and then $9 if you want to keep it. We're also going to give you a YouTube ads bootcamp, a Facebook ads bootcamp, and a long-form sales training bootcamp that shows you how I write long-form sales videos. This is everything you need to start a business, and if you don't find it is, just cancel. It's only $1. And finally, real quick, guys, if you've been inside any of these programs, you would suggest people try them for $1. Will you just put an exclamation mark in chat for me? I really appreciate it. I know it's a hassle, but if you could please just go in there and put an exclamation mark, that would be super awesome. Helps people see that, you know, I'm up here talking about financial stuff, and they should be skeptical. So people should be able to also look at other people's recommendations. So guys, what you have right here, it's low risk. It's $1 to try, 80% off for life if you hop in the day. It's $47 a month anywhere else. It's cheap. It's proven. It has hundreds and hundreds of people saying it's awesome right now, and it's completely complete. You have all the tools, sales training, what products to sell, multiple different ways to sell those products, YouTube, email marketing, advertising, free traffic in general. It's all there. Jump in. It's absolutely incredible. And I'm not going to extend this either. Because look, I'm offering you all this stuff right here, 15, 20 hours of content for $1. 90-day refund guarantee. If you're not going to swing at that, I don't know what you're going to swing at, because this is cheaper than Netflix. It's going to be more valuable to you than Netflix. And this is cheaper than even buying a book on Amazon. So I don't know what you're going to swing at. I don't know what you're going to swing at besides this. And yes, after you jump in this, all the methods are free. It does show you how to do paid methods too. So that's it, guys. That's everything. So if you don't want to hop into this, that's fine, but you can't get this offer again. This is a B-Day offer, and that's it. Cool. Someone said there's no PayPal. Nope, we only take credit card, and that is it. Okay, guys, so give me a quick one if you enjoyed this. I'm going to be turning the stream. I'm going to be shutting the stream down. I'm going to go do some other stuff. Just give me a quick one if you enjoyed the stream. I had a ton of fun hanging out with you guys today. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. Someone said, when does this expire? Midnight? No, it expires right now, dude. So that's it, guys. I will see you later. Thank you so much for hopping on today. I hope you have a super duper Thursday. Take it super easy.